And we are back.
We're back, baby.
We are back, 2026, season 2. We are kicking it off with an episode that we did discuss, which was our favorites of 2025. Now, I wanted to get them done last year, but you wanted more time.
There was just a few movies that I still hadn't seen that I really wanted to get to, and I still didn't get to a lot of them.
Yep. Did you get to many?
I got to a few. I think like 4 or 5 ones that were sort of, they weren't like ones that I thought, oh, this is definitely going to make the list, but they were ones that I was like questioning whether I'd seen make other lists. I'd seen people really rave about them. So I was like, I need to see these. They're sort of on my radar. They could creep in. I don't think any of them did. So it was a little bit of wasted time.
I think it was a bit the same for me. I usually spend December trying to catch up on all of the films that I missed at the cinemas, while still trying to see everything in the cinemas. So there's that. And I saw a few, but...
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like our release windows, especially for these end of year movies that are the Oscar contenders and things like that, we don't get them.
Until January,
Yeah, so it's kind of hard. I remember...
Well, a lot of them fall into, like Conclave, for example, this year was in a lot of people's last year, and we saw it, January 2nd or 3rd or something like that.
Yeah.
So...
And I'm a real stickler for having it in the year that it came out.
Now, I
can't stand the like list where it's like, oh, this movie of 2025, and I'm like, that was a 2026.
Yeah,
it was a 2024.
I very much sit on the, if it came out in your country in this year, like, are you really going to go, all right, well, Nosferatu was a January 1st movie in Australia, but it came out on Christmas Day in America, so it's not a...
I had it in a 2024 list.
You idiot.
There's no way I was putting it in a 2025 list.
It came out in 2025 in Australia.
Nah.
There you go.
Not a chance.
This go.
I told you, my OCD can't handle it. It's like when you were like, oh, we're going to make this 12. I was like, what?
Well, that's letterboxed. Come on, we live by the letterboxed here.
Do we?
I don't know. Do you? I don't know. I'm a stickler for...
Now your OCD showing.
Yeah, just log in every movie. Although in saying that, you realised recently that you had been incorrectly logging your movies?
Yeah, I just went and like hit the stars and was like done. Yeah. So they were all logged. They're just not publicly logged.
Yeah.
So no one else...
You just like put a rating on, you weren't actually logging that you were watching them.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They weren't
You're doing it incorrectly.
They weren't diary entries. So like my thing says, it's like, you've watched 960 movies, and then it's like...
You only rated 3. Yeah.
Well, no, the ratings were all there. Like, you click on it, rating was there.
So, you had like 13 diary entries over 6 years.
Yeah, whereas now it's like 134 diary entries this year. Because I went back and did some, and then I was like, I'm not going back into it.
Nah, when I first got Letterboxd, my whole thing was like, I will rate it for the first time when I watch it. I'm not going to be that guy who's been like, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I think I did the initial, when you signed up, I remember it came up and it was like, here's a bunch of movies you may have seen.
Yeah.
Give them ratings. And I like did a bunch then, and then was like, oh, I'm not going to touch this.
Yeah. I did, I just put in my top 4.
Yeah.
And then left it. But anyway, before we get into what the main crux of this year is,
introduce the podcast back.
Yeah, we're No Bad Seats. I'm Luke. This is Sam, and we are in season 2.
Season 2.
That's pretty cool. We've done 21 episodes last year.
Hey, look at us. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
And we started fairly late into the year. I think it was August when we started.
Somewhere around.
So
I think we did like a trial episode or something.
Yeah,
a bit earlier, and then
either end of August or something like that.
Yeah.
So this year, hopefully, season 2 runs on a bit smoother. We can sort of have a look and see what's working and see if we can change things, if we need to change things, all that sort of thing. But it's exciting. It's been pretty cool to see. Not only that we've had all these podcasts coming out, but people are listening, that people are commenting. So thank you if you have been somebody who's commented, even if you've listened, if you've gotten to this point in the podcast and we're 5 minutes in and you're still listening.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you. But Sam, I want to talk about something that somewhat relates to cinema that has been the pinnacle of your discussion, and while we're talking Letterboxd, my only Letterboxd entry for the year so far is the Stranger Things finale.
Yes.
So far, that's my only Letterboxd entry. I haven't watched anything else except for Teen Titans Go to the Movies 5 times.
Did you rate that?
I haven't. But it's because I've never I've watched it in sections each time and haven't really sat down. So that's my toddler rule. Unless I'm sitting down and watching the whole thing in one go, I don't rate it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Mario would be in there a bunch more time. But Stranger Things. Now, you have been very
Conformity Gate.
deep in Conformity Gate.
Very deep.
I have been saying it's not happening and been very skeptical. And it's now January 7th. Now,
Well, it's January 8th for us.
It's January 8th, January 7th, America, where the whole thing's supposed to come out. So do you want to just explain Conformity Gate? I'm sure by the time this airs tomorrow,
We'll know for certain.
we'll know for certain. I mean, I feel like I already know for certain, but
So, essentially, the finale came out.
Yeah.
There was some disappointment. Some people loved it. I quite enjoyed it. I had my problems with it. It was great, but it also left me disappointed in some areas.
Yeah.
Plot holes, things like that.
yeah,
Some the stuff that seemed very overlooked.
yeah.
Do you know
the
what,
whole final season was a big change.
Yes. So
I actually thought the finale was of all of them. The finale was probably one of the stronger episodes. There was maybe 2 episodes in the whole season that I thought, oh, this is really good.
I remember jumping back in with the first episode. I remember the beginning of it. I think it went into the Radio Shack. And I remember straight away being like, yes, we're back. I'm so keen for this. Felt like I was back in Hawkins and had that just the way they moved the camera, everything felt old school Spielberg, England type sense of wonder, everything. I was like, yes, so back on board. Couple episodes deep, I was losing interest a little bit. I was like, oh, this is...
That felt like a bit of a slog, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. And then ticked over to the halfway mark. I was like, okay, I'm keen. Part 2's coming. We're coming on. I think the first 1 or 2 episodes of part 2, I was like, oh yeah, I'm decent.
Episode 5, which was part 2, episode 1, was the only episode of the series that I actively thought, that was really good. It didn't feel like a slog. It felt to me I was like, oh, hold on, okay, yep, cool. And I remember specifically saying to Renee, the first 4 had me going, okay.
Yeah, okay.
And
that one sort of...
And then that one I was like, that was the first one where I was like, yeah, that was actively really good. But then I thought back and I'm like, episode 4, which was the mid-season sort of finale, volume 1 finale, had some cool stuff in it. It was probably too long, but it had some cool stuff in it and sort of did what those things do. So yeah, interesting. But
yeah, and then it again sort of went downhill again. There was the second last episode, I think it's called The Bridge.
Yeah, ugh. I was yelling at the TV.
It's such a... It's an annoying thing because I think some people took it as this homophobic thing of
Oh no, that's episode 7.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Episode...
No,
that's the bridge.
The bridge episode is the one... Oh yeah, sorry, the bridge. No, that's episode 7. The episode 6 was the one that annoyed me. I think it was Escape from...
Oh, Escape from Camazotz.
Yeah, it's here's 25 minutes of... Yeah.
Those 2 episodes together had so much stuff in them that just didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And
it was so much... the thing that annoyed me so much about the entire thing, I was yelling at the TV when they were on the edge of jumping into their portals and getting back to their bodies. It was the most frustrating thing because you have time and time again throughout the season up to this point showed that Max is trapped. She's got to this point. She's run her heart out. She's done everything that she can to get back to that body and she's missed out. And then this time it's just okay,
we're here.
Cool. And then they just walk.
No bad seats episode. Let's do it now.
And then they're walking, and then they're talking, and then they're stopping, and then they're talking, and they're going back and forth. And I literally said to my wife, they've showed us 3 times at this point that Max has gotten to this situation and missed out.
Yeah.
And now she's going to stand here for 25 minutes having a conversation?
Yeah.
Piss off. I literally yelled, stop effing around. Go and
Get out.
So that really, really annoyed me, and it was just frustrating me, and it was just like, what is going on? Now, I get that there are elements of it that, that sort of stuff needed. I felt a little better when I saw that Sadie Sink said, oh, yeah, it didn't feel like that when we were shooting it, but watching it back, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that one's definitely a slog.
Yeah.
And then episode 7 going into that, there is the coming out scene.
Mm-hmm.
It felt, like I said, there's this weird backlash against it, and then people started to be like, oh, why are people being homophobic? It's nothing to do with like,
I think there is
out.
absolutely backlash because of that.
Oh, because of that scene, but it's
no, because of them. It's because it's the whole crowd who go, oh, it's Netflix. They just add someone gay in there and make the lead a woman
woke or whatever.
That's it, and it's woke. It's all woke. There is 50% of the people complaining about it are that crowd.
Yes, true. Yeah. The other 50% are complaining just because it wasn't needed, and especially to be that big of a long, drawn out process.
Something that was like, it was a meme of Lord of the Rings with Elrond, and he's like, we need to destroy the ring, and then Frodo just being like, I don't like girls. And then that's sort of what it felt like. It was like, all right, we're in the middle. But I do also get the elements that it had
its place in terms of the overall story. Like
I think that what people aren't considering is that the whole thing was that Vecna's like, I can control you through your biggest fear. And he's sort of saying, this is my biggest fear. And now by putting it out there, it's no longer a fear that he can control. So I sort of get it from that element, but I just don't know whether it was fully tackled perfectly to encapsulate that.
They kind of dropped the ball.
It was probably a little more subtexty that on the surface you're looking at it and going, oh, it's just Will coming out, but why is he doing it now?
And I think everyone had that same reaction of like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
You've led to this every season. There's literally scenes where Mike's like, it's not my fault you don't like girls.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have come as such a surprise to the characters as well.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was really surprised.
Not surprised, but it was kind of...
I thought there was more emphasis on... I thought there was more emphasis on the fact that they weren't...
They were all like very accepting and very...
Yeah, or that they were like, oh, you felt like you couldn't say... Like, that was where the surprise was, I felt.
Yeah, definitely. But like, I heard people being like, sort of like, oh, it needed to be there because they had to tell them all. And I'm like, they definitely, or like I said, it's been hinted at for a long time. And like, through the seasons, you can see people realizing it and noticing it. So it's like, yes and no, it needed to be said, but not... like I said,
I don't think it was necessarily worth getting like the rating for the worst episode of the entire series.
Oh no, I think it got review bombed.
It definitely got review bombed by the anti-woke crowd. But as a penultimate episode of this great series, it wasn't much. And then we get anyway, we're talking too much about this. What we need to get to is
Conformity.
What Conformity Gate is. Can you explain?
So obviously, back to the main point of the finale comes out. There's a lot of disappointment. Well, not a lot of disappointment. Mixed results.
There's disappointment. There's a lot of disappointment.
And plot holes and things like that. So Conformity Gate sort of started from people being like, is there more to this? And then picking up on clues throughout the whole season or throughout the last episode. So and I'm not going to go into every single one because there's so many.
But what are they saying?
Well, there's certain things like the colours of certain things changing, and which is established in the story that those memories are altered by Vecna.
What I'm saying is a Conformity Gate is basically people who believe that there is a 9th secret episode of Stranger Things that's about to come out.
Yeah.
And I don't believe it. Sam does. And that everything is pointing to it's randomly going to drop today, which is a week after the actual finale aired. And the suggestion would be that at a point midway through the finale,
Vecna takes over and is tricking the audience.
And then everything else, has been...
Essentially, we've been put under Vecna's curse through Mike, I think, is the main theory.
I would like to say, though I don't believe it, if it was true...
He'll believe it then.
Would be fantastic. If it was true, I would be very impressed with the designed for the season.
If
the
they
marketing,
did
the
it,
whole thing.
and they've pulled
If
off
it's-
one of the greatest marketing campaigns in a long time.
I don't think they did it, but if they did, but then people get on the full conspiracy theory belief, and
And as I said to you, there's a lot of clues in there that are a full reach.
Yeah.
And you're going, well, let's settle down.
Yeah.
But then there's stuff that doesn't feel like a full reach, and then you add in all the like interviews with the Duffer Brothers that are just really like.
As I said, okay, so we discussed this interviews with the Duffer Brothers thing. I saw an interview on the Happy Sad Confused podcast.
Yeah, this is about him being sick.
About him being
I think
sick
it's
and being like,
such a like.
just give us a break. Like, I shouldn't have done those interviews the day after New Year's when
It's
the
such a
finale
cop
came
out.
You reckon?
Your biggest achievement, you're gonna go, oh, I was sick. I just wasn't feeling very well. I'd pull my socks up and be like, oh yeah, I feel like shit, but I'm gonna answer the questions properly.
Yeah.
There's such they're some of the stuff they've answered.
Anyway,
has
so
been
that's not happening.
So like, it's just they have. If it doesn't come true, oh well. But like, they need some PR training because they're terrible interviews for like what half the like
Well,
the questions
they also
people
could be
had.
pretty down. I mean, sick or not sick or over it or not. They've had this show. They've been riding a high of people loving their show, their first major project, for years. And then they get to the final part and they just start to, for the first time, experience people turning on them and then question why, when you get to the finale and people are going, why is this? Why is this? Why is this?
Even like, from their like first few interviews, like being asked like, what did Hopper and Joyce not realize that Henry was their old schoolmate? Oh, it happened off screen. What kind of answer is that?
That wasn't the answer. The answer was, we don't want it to affect people. We wanted people who were watching the show not to have them go, oh, you're our old schoolmate, without it like tying directly, because a lot of that is from the stage play. So they're like, we don't want to make it.
But it did. That's what happened though. Is everyone went, oh, but they're friends.
Yeah, well, yeah, friends, I don't know.
Well, not friends, but yeah.
But they went to the school together. But I think they said something about it, like they specifically chose not to acknowledge that because it ties into the stage play so much, and they didn't want to alienate people who had seen the stage play. And I go, okay, fair enough. They're like, it's not accessible to everyone.
Yeah, no, which is fair.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whether it happens or not, well.
So Conformity Gate is Sam's latest.
I'm on board.
Latest thing. My wife did ask me, does Sam have anything else to do than send you messages with videos on Conformity Gate?
Currently.
And I opened the video, and to be fair, you weren't messaging me at the time, somebody else was, and I showed her. And then I said, oh, but look at this. And then I opened messages from you, and there was like 15 Conformity Gate videos, and I'm like, now it's time to go through these.
Hey,
so
I'm technically still like partly on holidays, so I'm like, I don't have anything better to do.
Yep. So
Conformity Gate.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, and we're going to get into what the real point of this.
Yeah, we should not make this a Conformity Gate podcast.
This will be our best reviewed episode.
If we get it out today. If we get it out today, people will be like, oh my God, it'll be like a million views.
There we go.
If we get it out tomorrow, they'll be like, look at these idiots.
Well, lucky you're on holidays, so you can go home and get it sorted. Let's get some content out. Conformity Gate is real, people. Conformity Gate.
We've got till midnight tonight in the States to get this out.
Oh, plenty of time. All right. So we're going to talk about our favourite films of the year. We're doing our Letterboxd Top 12. How we're going to structure this is we're going to talk through them. We're going to start with some honourable mentions, and then we're going to talk through our 12. Now, you mentioned that what we should do is we'll go 12, 12, mention it. If somebody else has it on their list, say it, and then we'll discuss the film when it gets to the highest.
Oh, yeah, its highest number.
Yeah, its highest number.
And I think like we should also say that these, as everybody's lists, are our lists.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
not. They might not be the best rated films of the year.
Yeah,
they could
absolutely.
be. You could have a number 2 on your list if you want.
I like to put out there and tell everybody that my opinion is factually correct, but yeah.
This guy. But there's going to be movies on here that other
100%.
people either dislike, probably haven't seen some of them. But yeah, these are our lists.
I want to throw a few.
Kick us off with some honourable mentions.
See, these are some honourable mentions here that films that I really liked that weren't quite in my top 12, but Black Bag is one, Ballerina is one, Life of Chuck is one, Naked Gun is really up there, Mission Impossible, Nosferatu, which, we'll
Doesn't
discuss. Companion, Ballad of Wallace Island, Splitsville, and I really liked Predator Badlands. So.
Okay.
Oh, and of course, and then Weapons.
Interesting. In your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So,
and Splitsville. Did I say Splitsville?
You did say Splitsville.
Yeah.
Very interesting start there with honorable mentions. Okay.
Yes, Nosferatu being in there.
Yeah. Complete DQ.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
I don't know. Came out this year. What day did you see it again? January 1st, 2025?
It wasn't January 1st, but it was probably January.
No, it was January 1st.
It was January 1st.
We went to see it January 1st. I'm like, it was January 1st. Anyway.
So my honorable mentions, I've got a couple on here that I really enjoyed, but didn't quite make the cut. Materialist was one. I quite enjoyed that one.
Yep.
Just fun kind of thing. Naked Gun was also up there. Happy Gilmore 2 is just like returned it,
sure.
like loved it. Zootopia 2, really enjoyed that. Life of Chuck as well. Companion was also on mine.
Yeah.
I loved that for what it was. I think
Companion was a great film.
Yeah.
Great film.
Hard Eyes, I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see Hard Eyes.
It was like a horror Valentine's Day movie that was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Mickey 17.
Yep.
Really enjoyed that. 28 Years Later, just missed out. And Caught Stealing.
Caught Stealing, yep.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, well, let's get to our lists with number 12. So kicking it off with number 12 for me, this was a late addition to my list. But for the amount of times that I watched it this year, for the amount of music I had in the car, K-pop Demon Hunters had to make the list. It's quality. Honestly, I've seen the film like fucking 10
a lot of times.
10 times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like. It still doesn't annoy me to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Which I think is not only the side of a good film that your toddler's obsessed with watching, but a good film. Like, still could bump the tunes in the car.
Yeah.
And I just like seeing that Sony animation. Like, I'm not really into animation much. There are specific styles that I can watch. The Sony animation style is one of them, and I don't like a lot of anime. And I just really sort of struggled to get interested, but I don't know what it is about the Sony animation style that...
Cool. It's fresh. Yeah. I really like it.
Yeah. So K-pop Demon Hunters, that's 12? My 12.
Okay.
All right.
I think going forward, let's just talk about them straight up, because mine, like, I have that slightly higher, but I think it's just going to be easier to just let it roll.
Let's do it. All right.
So my number 12 is Deep Cover. Now, this was a straight-to-streaming movie that I put on with very low expectations, which probably has helped.
Who's in it?
Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, Sean Bean, Nick from Ted Lasso. Is it Nick?
Nick Mohammed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So him, Orlando Bloom, and Bryce Dallas Howard are the three leads. Sean Bean, and then I can't remember his name.
Something about this.
He's in Hot Fuzz and World's End. I want to say his name's like Pat or something, Patty something. I don't know. Anyhow, let's find out. Anyhow, great movie. It's three actors, three improv actors.
Excellent.
Who become undercover cops.
Sounds incredible.
And it was just way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Like, I sort of was like, oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. Like, check it out. Straight to streaming movie.
Great cast too, yeah.
Great cast. And they all, of course, my phone is going to go really like out on me. They all play off each other really well. The chemistry is just fantastic. Had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, just solid movie that was an easy watch.
Yeah.
Paddy Considine.
Oh,
yeah. Great cast. Ian McShane's in it as well.
I just want to point out,
it's one of those movies
I just
really
want to stop
under
for a second because I need to go back to Conformity Gate for a second. Sam and I have been discussing Conformity Gate and how he thinks everyone, this whole thing leads back to the fact that people are complaining because nobody's died because of Game of Thrones. Paddy Considine, he's in Game of Thrones. No, to be fair, he's not in Game of Thrones. He's in House of the Dragon. So the more recent Game of Thrones, yeah, he's the king.
Yeah.
And
he's a great actor.
And when you're like, he's in like Hot Fuzz, and I'm like, as soon as you said his name, I'm like, but yeah,
I mean, he's a great actor. He's in so many different things.
And Ian McShane is also in Game of Thrones, just so you know.
Was Sean? No, Sean Bean wasn't it?
Sean.
Was he?
Sean Bean or Sean.
Sean Bean always dies.
I think it was Sean Bean.
I was going to say, I think it might have been the first season.
He was Ned Stark.
Yeah. so half of the
half of the cast is in Game of Thrones. Anyway, and you know them for other reasons.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the only reason I questioned it then was because I was like, was it Sean Penn? But no, it was Sean Penn.
No, Sean Bean, yeah.
Sean Bean is Ned Stark. Anyway, so back to that. But that sounds like a great cast. And
yeah, like I said, really under the radar movie. I don't know if a lot of people saw it. It was straight to streaming. I just had a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
And when I saw it, I was like, this is going on my top list. Like I laughed out loud. Yeah, lots of fun.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. And where was it streaming? Prime?
Yes, Prime. Yeah. It's set in England as well, which I think always gives them a bit of a boost in the comedy factor.
Yeah. Well, English comedy, if you.
Yeah, and like they still put those American actors in there and stuff, and it's still it feels good. It's like it's a good movie.
Do you want to do your 11?
Yes, let's snake it. Because my 11 is Predator Badlands.
Ooh.
I thought it was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Wow.
But Predator Badlands, I really enjoyed that. I just had a lot of fun with it. I think it looked great. Dan Trachtenberg is just on a roll with these movies, and I think just like give him the keys to the Predator universe, let him go wild.
He's killing it at the moment, Predator, and to see that side of the Predator universe and see it like sort of flipped on its head was fantastic.
Yeah,
Elle Fanning was amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Elle Fanning was just so much fun. I was listening to a podcast with I think it was with Dan, and he was talking about how they asked him, they were like, it feels like a video game. And he was like, yeah, we really based it on like co-op video games where you get that like annoying player, or not co-op video games, but the video games where you get that annoying second character that's like dragged along with you. And I was like, that's exactly what it feels like. Yes. Like, but yeah, I just had so much fun with it. Loved the look of it. Loved the action.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm definitely keen to see where they go next with it, because the way that it ended, setting up the future was really cool.
Very keen.
Cool. All right. My 11 was 28 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know whether maybe I put this in partially because Bone Temple comes out literally a week from today, and I'm very excited about it as well.
I'm very keen.
But it took me by surprise. I am not a fan of zombies. I don't really care for the genre. Nothing's ever really grabbed me. In the zombie genre. It's just, I'll watch them and I'll be like, man, whatever. So this one took me by surprise in the sense that it was way more a story about, like particularly the second half, you know, with the mother, and Jodie Comer was incredible. The way that it was a story about family and not a story about zombies, was, I think, part of the reason people didn't like it, but part of the reason that it hit so well for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I, think if you're expecting this like perfect zombie film, I can see why you'd go in and go, oh, okay. But for me, what made it so beautiful was that second half where it was like, who cares about the zombies? This is what this story is about in this, post-apocalyptic sort of world. I just thought it was stunning.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. Over the year, my in my head, it got better. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that it wasn't a good movie.
Well, I remember when we discussed it initially, you were saying, "Oh, it's not one that I'd probably want to revisit."
It didn't hit the mark for me as much as I thought. Like I probably went in
expecting
more
a zombie film.
We're not even expecting a zombie film, but like more optimistic on it than you did. Mm-hmm. Just excited for it, and then it didn't quite hit the mark for me. There was bits of it that I loved. I loved the Bone Temple stuff.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool. and sort of towards the end of the film there. A lot of the beginning of the film I don't remember liking very much. It was just a bit like, kind of
See,
thing.
I actually really like, even thinking about that stuff, the whole design, the layout, the village being with the water, and
Oh, yeah.
all of that stuff was just so interesting to me, like great world building. And so that's where I landed for 11. So I will move on to 10.
Yep.
10 is one we discussed a lot. Running Man.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Running Man, I think it was one of those films where I was excited for it, and my excitement definitely carried through. I can see why people go, something's just missing for it. It's good when it could have been great. I agree with that. But I also think, it leans closer to great than good for me. I thought it was cast really well. I really love Glenn Powell in the role. I think Edgar Wright, even not doing the full Edgar Wright sort of stuff, was great. Josh Brolin was great as a villain, particularly when he's like that smarmy villain who is super confident in himself. I really liked all of it. And again, the world building and the aesthetic of what was going on, I just thought was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I echo like pretty much every thought of yours there as well. It, for me, probably just didn't reach that mark. It's not on my list.
Yeah.
I think because I probably the main issue being that it wasn't quite Edgar Wright enough for me, and that's something that I really love of his. It was one of the issues I had with Last Night in Soho. Both phenomenal movies. Like I'd happily put Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho, I think it is. Anyhow, I can't remember what the name of that movie is now. Anyhow, I would easily put both of them on, enjoy the hell out of it, and have a great time. They're just not, if I put them next to like Baby Driver, which I love, or Hot Fuzz, which is one of my favorite movies of all time,
comparably,
they feel very short compared to those, but are still great movies and still better than most other people's.
Sci-fi aesthetic and the world would sit for me closer. I do wish it was more Baby Driver styled.
I get that,
but
it probably
think
wouldn't
that
have
the
fit.
sci-fi. But I think the sci-fi, world is what grabs me about it. So it's like just as much the story as the style of the shooting. But
still super enjoyed it. I probably would have put it in honorable mentions, but I had just sort of forgotten about it.
Anyway,
my number 10.
Your number 10
is K-pop Demon Hunters.
Fantastic.
This was a movie I didn't expect to like.
Yep.
I think I remember you may have seen it before.
I saw it before.
Making some memes about it and stuff like this.
I was like going, seriously, just.
And it started to become the phenomenon that it was, and I was like, sure.
You did get to it late.
And I put it on with the kids one night, and we were watching it, and I remember the kids like ended up going off and doing something else, and my wife and I were sat there, and I was like, this is great.
This is sort of rules.
This is awesome. And again, love the animation. The animation is perfect.
The one that grabbed me was like, and I think they started the thing absolutely perfect with the song "How It's Done." Because that song just hit me so hard, and like obviously with rap, like the amount. The thing that annoys me in pop songs is when you get rap in there, and it's clearly people who think, oh, rap is just talking fast and I can do that. And then there's no like style to it or anything. And then it sounds just like somebody trying to talk fast.
Yeah.
And there's a song in Moana 2 that is really bad for that. And it actually irritated the hell out of me because I was really liking the song. And then there's a rap verse where she's just talking really fast. I'm like, there's no style. It's just like, and it just feels really robotic and gross. So I'm really like conscious of that. So then when you have K-pop Demon Hunters, and obviously Twice, the band who make these songs, they know what they're doing.
Okay.
But I wasn't familiar with their stuff beforehand. And when I hear this, and then they come in and they're dropping like proper bars and they're spitting double time verses, and I'm like, holy crap, this is phenomenal. I was like sucked in straight away from that. I'm like, the story could have been way worse than it was, but the music would still carry it. but then you've got the story is also sort of great.
It's a great story. The comedy in it really got me more than I was expecting. And I think it was some of that like sort of anime comedy. The part where the like love heart eyes come up and then it's the abs and then the popcorn. I lost
it's
it.
so stupid, but it's great. Ken Jeong being involved, and then Daniel Day Kim and Yoonjin Kim. So for those who aren't absolute Lost nerds like me, Daniel Day Kim and Yoonjin Kim, who were Doctor Who and and the auntie.
Yep.
The Korean couple from Lost.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So both of them, I literally said to my wife, like, Jin from Lost is in this, and she's like, Sun from Lost is in that too. And then I was like, oh, is she? And then I had just heard his voice and recognized it.
Yeah.
And then she must have looked it up earlier and seen it. And I'm like, okay, so not only do we have Ken Jeong, but then we've got both the main Korean couple from Lost, who, again, it's my favorite TV show of all time. So I'm just like, we're watching Avatar Last Airbender at the moment. And Daniel Day Kim is the Fire Nation lord in that.
Yep.
And I'm like, and another guy from Lost is one of the other Fire Nation people.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a bunch of actual people from that in it as well. So I sort of get that vibe. But so it's always exciting seeing those cast members. But seeing them both in it, I was like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's just one of those movies. Again, like a couple of my ones, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and then was just really surprised.
There'd be those,
And we've listened again to the songs countless times, and they're probably the songs that I don't mind putting on the most.
You're like, just can we put this on?
There's other movie songs where I'm like, please, no, not again.
Yeah, my son just discovered Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't mind driving along and being like, my little soda pop.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So what was that?
That was number 10. So I'm done number 9.
So that was your 10. What did I say? 10? I said my 10, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah.
I did. So your 9.
My number 9 is Black Bag, which made your honorable mentions.
It did make my honorable mentions. Fantastic.
I saw this earlier in the year, which is when it came out. I think it came out like March or something like that. I love Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite directors. There's so much I love about him. He writes, directs, cinematography, edits.
And he had a couple back to back because Presence also came.
Presence came out this year as well,
which didn't.
It was interesting.
It was interesting, but it didn't quite hit for me. But Black Bag absolutely did. I think Black Bag was sort of a surprise lean back into the espionage sort of style where it's like not all...
It's much quieter than you expect. Yeah. It's a spy thriller, but it's not James Bond.
I think the only issue I took with Black Bag was the marketing showing an explosion, a gunshot and all that. And then those were the only points in the film where you saw those things. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I just thought the way that...
Your expectations need to be met. That like, it's not a big shoot 'em up action movie. It is the furthest from that a spy movie can get, really.
Exactly.
I just had a lot of, like, it was a very quiet film, not a slow burn, because it's pretty, from memory, it was pretty quick. And
90
pretty,
minutes.
It's on the money. Like,
it was short.
Beautifully shot. I remember at length listening to...
Fassbender's just phenomenal too.
Always, yeah. And Cate Blanchett, just great. I remember at length listening to a podcast about I think it was a podcast about one of the scenes they shot in the bar, and they were like, that is a horrible looking bar. And they lent into it just looking like, well, not a horrible looking bar, but like traditional old English pub. Yeah. That like
dingy sort of.
Yeah. And they were like, they didn't try to pretty it up and make it some like movie set. You can go to that pub now and it looks the same, but the way they shot it just makes it, it's just amazing. There's so much stuff is great in that movie. The dinner table scene, just so good.
Dinner table scene was.
I want to revisit it.
And again, a great cast.
Yeah,
great cast,
phenomenal cast.
Black Bag was, as I said, honourable mentions for me. It was really up there. Didn't quite make the list, but just thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're down to your number 9.
My number 9 was on your honourable mentions, Caught Stealing.
Oh, okay. This was like sitting in that 11, 12 sort of spot.
I think, honestly, sort of probably 8 or 9 to 20 has been shuffled a fair bit. But yeah, Caught Stealing was always going to be up there for me. I think Caught Stealing was a bit of that. Remember how I said there was a film recently where it was like when we watched The Running Man, and I'm like, it felt like another film we watched recently where it felt like you were moving through, you knew these actors were in it, but they were only in it in sections at a time. And I think Caught Stealing was that film.
Yeah.
Where it was like, we were following Austin Butler, and he was going from this person to this person to this person to these people to this person. But I really liked the craziness of it all. I thought it was really well done. It had a great cast. It was shot well. It looked great. I mean, what more to say on Caught Stealing? I just thought it was one of those.
100% agree. Yeah.
Just one of those. I don't want to say it surprised me.
No. I mean, it's Darren Aronofsky.
Probably underperformed, and I think a lot of people missed it. And I hope that people go and watch Caught Stealing, because I really do think that it deserved more praise. It was
It was a movie I really
enjoyed. I think Austin Butler's a movie star. He's a real movie star.
He's coming up. He's definitely, well, I mean, he played Elvis. He's not coming up anymore, but he
was
someone
in Dune,
to watch still, but yeah, no, I loved it. It was in my honorable mentions. It was in my top 10, top 11, 12, like somewhere around there for quite a while. It only last minute because I was looking at the list and I was like, oh, I just enjoyed the experience of this one a little bit more or something like that. But yeah,
that's it.
Great film.
All right.
That
was 9, so I'm going to move on to my number 8. My number 8 was one that I was anticipating a lot. Is Friendship.
Yes.
I was really, I'm a huge Tim Robinson fan. I love I Think You Should Leave. I love Detroiters. I recently watched The Chair Company, which I liked, and Friendship obviously being his first big film. It came out months before it did in Australia. It came out in May, and I was waiting for months because everyone had seen it already. It's just, I think the thing that does well for it is that it's a lot of Tim Robinson style humor. You think, when you're watching something like I Think You Should Leave, the skits are a minute long and there's a million jokes in those.
Yeah.
So this one I watched a couple of times and I feel like there is as much humor, but it's just when you're watching for 90 minutes instead of 16 minutes, it's stretched out a little more. So I was a bit taken aback by the slowness of it, but then watching it a second time, I was like, nah, this is as funny. It's just, again,
it needs some story in between.
Yeah, it's a bit stretched out. Cast is great. Obviously, Paul Rudd's there. Obviously, you got Rooney Mara.
Kate Mara.
Kate Mara. Kate Rooney.
Kate Mara. Rooney Mara is her sister.
Right. Yep.
Who's in Girl with Dragon Tattoo and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Kate Mara. The kid who played Freddy from the Shazam movies was the son.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Paul Rudd's in it, and then Tim Robinson. I was telling you, it's got that style of humor that is just so funny to me. Him stepping in the puddle and then saying, oh, well, AGP is going to get more. And then Paul Rudd questioning it and him just saying, oh, yeah, this company, they're the only company that get my style. And it's that this character just shops there because he thinks that this looks good on him, and he's got this jacket that goes down to his knees.
It's just all brown.
Yeah, it's all brown. It's so stupid that things like his wife going missing in the tunnels.
Yeah,
he leads her in there, and then he just goes home.
Yeah.
And then when the police show up, he just doesn't question it.
Yeah,
for a little bit. It's
because I think they say oh, is your wife here? And he's like, oh, she's lost.
Yeah, and he just gives it absolutely nothing. And then a lot of stuff. I think I personally used there's a new Marvel out tonight that's supposed to be nuts. I personally said that so many times this year. And I just think Tim Robinson is the king at making lines that are super quotable, and a lot of the movie covered that sort of stuff. The I Love You Toad Boy, that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that subway scene had me in tears.
Yeah. So I got to this one only in the last couple of days.
Yeah. Oh, right. So you're really fresh on it.
Yeah, really fresh on it. I enjoyed it. not as much as yourself,
Mhm.
but I still really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 3.5 or something like that. I think he did a good job in taking, not that the skits they don't break the fourth wall necessarily.
No.
But you're aware
they're-
you're in a skit. Do you know what I mean?
And a lot of them are really like cartoony.
Yes.
So a lot of them are really, really played up.
You're in
and
this like heightened reality of like we're in a skit, whereas bringing that to a movie is just not going to work. It's going to feel a bit weird.
Was like a lot more realism.
And I think they did a good job at that transition because I was like, this could go either way. Like it could go really badly, and then none of the jokes land, and it's not funny. And but no, I quite enjoyed it. I laughed out loud quite a few times as well, which is always a plus. I think for me, like the main things I was just like, oh, I don't love the story of it overall. But apart from that, I was like, oh, it's funny.
Did you like the scene where he whips out the sword that he's bought? It's like this big.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is a...
Someone said, like, is that a sword for a rabbit or something like that?
And then they start talking about Marvel, and he's like, no, we don't talk about Marvel spoilers in here. And like gets really aggressive about it. And you know people are exactly like that.
Yeah.
I just... And the other
escalation of him is always what gets me, is like when they're having the boxing match and all of a sudden he just goes to town and you're like, what the hell? But you can also relate to it because you can also relate to those situations where you've been like new friend group or something and you say something too far and then everyone just kind of looks at you like, oh, you're weird. And you're like, no, you gave me too much. Like,
guys, that's right. And I think, that's very much addressed in the final scene when he pulls a gun on them and says, you guys let me in too fast. And, that sort of thing.
Like, when he got that out and then Paul Rudd falls to the floor, not going into like total spoilers, but when he's just like, oh, and he's like, I lost it.
I also really love him pointing the gun at the other guy and saying, how's your busty daughter? I've been thinking about her a lot. Like, that is so funny out of context.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like, obviously he's talking like, there was like a lot of opening up and sharing, but just like the way he said, how's your busty daughter doing? I've been thinking about her a lot is so creepy. It's such ridiculous.
If any of the clips from it just come out as clips, people would think it's like the weirdest movie ever. It'll be like, what is this like movie?
I honestly do think that that's just Tim Robinson, though. He's got like one of those. He's almost like his expression is Jim Carrey. He's got that like elastic face where it's like he can make a lot of weird expressions, and I feel like if GIFs were around in the 90s,
he'd be in all of
Jim Carrey would have been
now anyhow.
Jim Carrey's facial expressions would have been that, and his quotes and stuff. Whereas like I think You Should Leave's come out, and it's almost like Tim's writing sense is like, what's a weird phrase that I could potentially use as a GIF, and then build the skit around that.
Yeah.
And then they would write a bunch of like that's sort of what it feels like. And I think a perfect example. There's a new Marvel out tonight. It's supposed to be nuts. Like that is so funny. Like Renee and I always say to each other, and this is from the skit show, we don't yell at me. Which is such a weird way to phrase that, but it's so funny. Like, we don't yell at me, but we always say it to the kids. Like when Harrison's like having a go, we don't yell at me. And I just think it's just he's got like that weird sense of humor that it's like funny and just it's a hit or a miss for a lot of people. I think this is more probably towards the like general public than I think
it's definitely toned back a bit.
But I did walk in and poke my head in. We had it here for our film festival, and I noted that we had like 50 people in, and I saw some of the people going in were quite old, and I thought this is going to be interesting. And I walked in and sat there and just watched them watching the movie when a couple of lines were happening, and like there was like either no laughing or laughing at like
not
different times, and I just thought, oh, this is not going to go over well for this crowd. And it just, that was funny to me in itself. But there you go. So that's Friendship. What was your number 8?
My number 8 was Eternity.
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I just think it was a great movie. I don't know what else really to say about it without like going into too much of it.
You don't want to give too much away. Eternity was a great film that, the concept itself, obviously, we discussed here on the podcast, but the concept is about a couple who die, go to the afterlife, they meet in the afterlife. The whole
puts
thing
a
is
moral dilemma on you straight away, which is, I think, the big thing that sort of like, the whole movie, you're sort of teetering with like, oh, what would I do? Like, where should she go?
Basically, they have to pick. They've got a week to pick which afterlife they spend their eternity in and with who. Elizabeth Olsen gets there, sees Miles Teller and Callum Turner. Miles Teller is her husband of 50 years who died the week beforehand, and Callum Turner is her ex-husband who had died in the war 63 years beforehand. So she's essentially got two husbands, her husband who died 63 years beforehand and her husband who's just died. And I like the biggest takeaway from that film for me was Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen as a extremely believable
old couple.
I just found their relationship, the way that they blend, like it was just brilliant. It was really, really up there for me as well. So
they did a phenomenal job with that in playing those like older characters when they're not old. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I really liked all the world building. There's bits and pieces that I would like to see more of, but I understand that it would have been very difficult and probably blown out a huge budget to do that. But I had a lot of fun with it. Thought it was great, touching. Solid movie.
All right, 8 for me. No, 8 for me.
Go down to
7. Yeah, so 7 for you. What was
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein was also 7 for me.
Oh,
there you go. Magic number. Yeah, Frankenstein was phenomenal. We were very lucky that we watched it on the big screen. I feel I've seen a couple of people who have watched it since and said to me, I wish I watched that when it was in cinemas.
And it was so good on the big screen.
It was spectacle. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was everything.
It was the perfect movie for Netflix to be putting something on the big screen because it was built for the big screen. There's just so much to chew on in every single frame of that movie.
Now, Jacob Elordi recently won a Critics' Choice Award, I think.
Yeah, I didn't really expect him to be going into the race of like people that
people are really rating him as this, and I think the biggest thing is that he was a last-minute choice.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Had to drop out.
So interestingly, another podcast I was listening to with Guillermo, he was talking about when Andrew dropped out, and he said, he was like, everyone started to panic because they were like weeks away from principal photography. Like they were ready to go. Everything's done. Makeup's all done for Andrew Garfield. Everything's ready to go. And he said, it's okay. The picture it'll find we'll find our creature. It'll happen. There's a miracle about to happen. And apparently, I don't know if this was at the same time, it might have been weeks before, Jacob Elordi was on set for another movie, had said to his makeup artist, I'm going to be the creature in Frankenstein. And they were like, it's cast, right? Like it's Andrew Garfield. So it must have been before everything happened. Yeah,
right.
And he was like, I'm going to be the creature. And then it all came to be that it happened and he fell into place and...
He was ready for it. There you go, manifesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it was well cast. It was well told. I really liked the way that they broke up the chapter. Do you know how I feel about, the poor captain of the ship who had to sit there listening to these two trauma dumping? It was just like, okay, don't kill us. Tell us your story. Also, the point that, Frankenstein's monster is attacking and Dr. Frankenstein is like, here, let me tell you a story. It's like, no, how about we kill the thing
first?
Can we deal with this,
please?
But I just, really liked the structure of it. I thought it looked great. Everything about it was fantastic. Yeah, just
for a decently long movie, it flies by as well, which I think is great. As I said, every single frame just felt huge. There's so much in it. Production design
it also looked
is
artistic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You watch a frame and it's like, oh, here's a frame, and the design work. Yeah, it just
everything is just masterclass in filmmaking. Gorgeous production design, gorgeous cinematography. Performances were all great. There's no notes. Great movie. Loved it. I mean, the only thing was the wolves that I think looked a bit weird. The CGI wolves.
I didn't really even notice.
There was like one scene where they ran out, and I was like, "That's a weird movement." But apart from that,
this guy judging it. You're going to be the guy who then goes, I re-CGI'd the wolves in Frankenstein. Check it out. And then it's like the movement is just like slightly more normal.
I've made them into like
5-star film.
I've made them into like Minecraft, like Dennis, like just like.
All right, so I'm going to go on to my 6 then. My 6, Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Granted, we only watched it 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I was still talking about this and telling someone yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, you like whodunits? Have you seen Knives Out? Wake Up Dead Man's phenomenal. You got to watch it. Go watch Knives Out and watch Glass Onion, and then watch. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was still talking about it. I thought it was great. I just love Daniel Craig so much.
He's having so much fun with the character.
Yes, Daniel Craig.
The difference between
it's weird to think that 20 years since Daniel Craig was in Casino Royale.
Yeah, wow.
This year, now that we're in 2026, I have not seen Daniel Craig do something I didn't like since then.
Yeah.
I can't name one thing that Daniel Craig's been in that I've gone, nah, don't like him.
I admittedly haven't seen everything he's done in that time, but I don't think there's anything.
No.
You can tell he's having, like, the difference between him and James Bond in this.
Yeah.
It's not that he looks miserable in James Bond, but like...
Well, it's a far more serious role than...
But you can just see him having fun with the character and just like playing as the character. I love these movies. I adore them.
Yep.
Wake Up Dead Man was no different, really.
Yeah. Yep.
Just hit all the marks for me. Yeah.
Perfect. So Wake Up Dead Man was my number 6.
All right, so we need my number 6 is Splitsville.
Splitsville made 6?
It did.
Yeah,
I loved Splitsville. I didn't expect a lot from it. I hadn't seen much on it. And I think you were like, oh, we're going to watch Splitsville today.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
I had watched the trailer and I was like, this looks funny.
Yeah.
It looks funny.
I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. I just had so much fun with it. I loved the way it was shot. I loved the action scene that we've talked about.
The action scene was great. I'm still thinking about Nicholas Braun being made to be a magician, but he's like, I'm a mentalist, not a magician. And like then going on and learning magic tricks. That one scene where Nicholas Braun talks about his magic trick, I was dying.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And the cast, great. The whole movie, like I think that's gonna be like one of those ones that's super underrated. People need to see Splitsville.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think 100% it's flown under the radar. Everyone that I have seen it said like, yes, this was hilarious. I loved it. And yeah, no, I just really enjoyed it. I think the cast all did a great job. Dakota Johnson in it's great.
Yep.
Absolutely loved it.
You know what else was fun about Splitsville was that they kept adding these cast members like your Nicholas Brauns, like your Diego Luna. No, not Diego Luna.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. From Umbrella Academy.
From Umbrella Academy, it's Diego. No, his name's Diego in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I was like,
it's
not
Dan. All right, I'm looking it up. It's.
I need a fact check here.
Yep. Because that's going to drive me nuts. And he was also in Ballerina.
See, Ballerina I didn't get to.
David Castaneda. The fun thing was David Castaneda, Nicholas Braun, like them adding these cast members to it that continue to just like hang around and linger. And then they like that was so funny that they kept doing it. And it was just annoying the girlfriend.
Yeah.
That they were doing that. And yeah, I just thought the movie was a lot of fun, super underrated, and I hope people, go check out Splitsville.
Yes,
it's
I
great.
really enjoyed it. Yeah, obviously.
All right, so
that's both of our number 6s.
Yep.
So then
your 5.
Five, which is Sinners.
Sinners
5.
You're wrong, but okay.
Love this movie.
Yeah.
I was awesome that we got to see this one with an audience as well, which was cool.
I would love to watch Sinners again on the big screen, honestly. I really would love to go see it in IMAX in full frame.
It's another big screen experience, which I think a lot of probably both of our top 5s are big screen experiences. It's It's phenomenal. I did see a comment the other day, and I'm glad someone finally said it because I've been thinking it since I first saw it, which is, isn't this just From Dusk Till Dawn with better music?
What do you mean finally said it? What do you mean finally said it? Are you serious?
I had seen no one
that comment the other day.
I hadn't seen no one say it.
All I have seen is people saying,
Really?
Sinners is no good. It's just From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, see, I didn't see it as no good.
All I have seen is people saying that. Literally since Sinners came out 9 months ago.
Wow.
So the week that the movie came out,
of it was praise.
As soon as it started getting praise, that was the only thing that I saw. Every single comment I saw was,
You can see how like your algorithm skewed definitely negatively.
yeah, well, clearly, it's one of those things that it's like when you see these films that start getting praise, and I think perfect example is talking Mighty Supreme now, and how, you know, when Sinners came out for a similar budget, similar sort of thing, and then you've got an all-black cast, they're going, Sinners only makes this amount from this budget, and then like Mighty Supreme does like the exact same thing. Sinners goes on to be this major success, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Mighty Supreme
does a similar thing, and everyone's like,
defies
"Can you
box
believe
office odds."
Yeah,
Blah, blah, blah.
exactly.
And you're like, come on.
Which
They did with Superman as well.
yeah, it's like I don't expect Mighty Supreme. Like I'm excited for Mighty Supreme, very excited for it.
Yeah.
But it is funny when you see those different things. But I'm also seeing that a lot with, you know, Avatar at the moment. It's like, oh, what a flop. Avatar, what a flop. It's only made $1 billion in 16 days. The last one did it in 14. Can you believe that? Like,
I saw one and it was like, imagine calling the lowest performing movie in your franchise is $1.7 billion.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the lowest performing movie in your franchise.
And it's not even going to be 1.7. Like,
I think it's in 2 weeks.
I think it's currently
just over 2 weeks.
I think it's currently tracking to end on 1.9 to 2.2.
Yeah,
so it'll end slightly less than Way of Water, but still potentially crosses $2 billion. Insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just think people like Sinners is a good example where it's like, oh, this thing came out of nowhere and suddenly everyone's hyping it, which means that I'm going into it thinking everyone's saying this is the best movie of all time. So then they watch it and they go, oh, it's just From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
I think we both caught it sort of before the massive hype. I think there was a bit of hype.
We saw it the first couple of days of release. There had been a bit of hype going into it, and I'd seen a bit of hype, and I was like, let's go watch this.
Yeah.
But even,
which was a good time to
even
catch it.
Here, I was saying last night, even here, we had Sinners came out the same time as Drop, Warfare, and I
never got to Warfare.
And something else. And all the other 3 films got put in gold class and Sinners didn't. And I ended up saying, like, guys, we need to put it in gold class because, and then 3 weeks later, we're having sold out gold class sessions because people were waiting to see it that way because there was hype behind it. And, you know, those films sort of are few and far between. So you can look at films like MA horror, what's classified as a horror. I don't think that it's technically a horror. I would look at it more as like a horror action. So like I wouldn't put it in the same frame as Weapons, for example, or Wolfman, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
it's, I said, like when in seeing that comment, it honestly was the first time I'd seen it because I remember thinking it when we saw it, and I was like,
"That's crazy.
This feels like From Dusk Till Dawn, but better." I wasn't.
It's honestly crazy because the amount of comments that I've seen where it's like he just ripped this movie off, and that's the only thing that I've seen since the movie came out.
I'm not saying by any means that he's ripped the movie off. I think there's obviously some inspiration there. Yeah. It's a very similar story. I don't think he's ripped it off by any means. He's done a better movie than From Dusk Till Dawn.
It's interesting though that you're only just seeing that now because that's been the narrative for a while.
It's weird because I had waited for people to say it. I was like, why is no one bringing this up?
Sinners is honestly phenomenal. The music is incredible. That one scene,
the one scene that everyone talks about.
One music scene.
I remember before we saw
the cinemas,
someone was like, that one scene, and I was like, oh, come on. Like, I hate when people say this. And then we were watching it, and I was like, this is the one scene. This is good. There's no way this is not the one scene.
There was just so many great things about it. Jack O'Connell. Like, I need to watch it again. I really.
This was another one that I found myself putting some of the music on and just listening to. Was it Rocky Road to Dublin or something? I love that song.
I bought the steelbook for this.
Yep.
Think the steelbook's gorgeous. Fully intended on watching this again, and just didn't get around to it.
Okay, I got to revisit it
So I've only seen it the once, and yeah, it's just what I need to do is make November my like. If I want to rewatch a film from earlier in the year, that's when I do it, because then December is when I'm like going hard watching other films.
What you can't get to yet.
And yeah, that's what I need to just make my little.
I got to revisit it recently, and I think I showed it to my partner, and I was like, "Oh, what are we going to watch tonight?" And she was like, "Oh, that looks cool." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not going to say no to Sinners." Yep. She loved it.
Excellent.
When I was like, "Oh, this is going to be pretty high on my list," she was like, "Oh, yeah, that movie was great." Yeah. And I was like,
"And look, I think it is one of those things that's like, it is great."
Yeah, and it pleases general audiences as well as the movie lovers and art house lovers.
I had a text from someone the other day saying they just got to Sinners and was just like, "Oh man, I don't know." And it said, "Wish I saw it in cinemas. Can't believe I've only just seen it now. I didn't watch anything for it, so when the vampire stuff came out, I was like, what the hell is going on?"
Yeah, if you don't know the twist.
So cool. Yeah, it's just great. I would love to go watch it again, and potential
IMAX trip.
I don't know how many IMAX trips are going to get in, but I know they're doing Interstellar in 70 mils, so I think that might be the case. I think that might be the case. Because my nephew and my brother-in-law have both told me that they haven't seen Interstellar.
I watched the on YouTube, not the way Nolan intended it, but a scan of the 70 mil of the cornfield chase, and I was like, "This is."
I have seen it. I did watch it maybe 2 years ago in 70 mil. I drove to Melbourne and watched it, and yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from Sinners. That was your 5, was it?
Yes. Yeah, so I think you're up to number 5.
So I'm up to number 4. My 4
Did
was.
You do 5 yet?
Oh, my 5 was Eternity.
Oh, okay.
So we had discussed that. Yeah, again, loved Eternity. It made my list, and yeah, absolutely loved it. Number 4. Honestly, my number 4 could probably even float higher. I think my top 5, or maybe, I think Eternity sits at 5. My top 4 is probably varying, but top 4 was a late addition to the list, was Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Oh, okay, wow.
Just loved it. I think, there's something. I was late to Avatar. I watched Avatar in 2009 on DVD at home after my friend was like, "How have you not seen Avatar? Oh my God, it was the best thing ever." And did that exact thing where I was like,
Sure,
okay, whatever. It's
I'll
fine.
check it out.
It's fine. I watched it, but I watched it then, thought it was
Oh, okay.
Didn't visit it again.
Yep.
Didn't watch it again until 3 months before Wave of Water came out, and we had it re-released in 3D. So I watched it on the big screen, experienced it correctly, and then was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Watched Way of Water, loved it. And then these are all 5-star films for me. I can turn around and go, yep, happy days. Like, sure, are they perfect? No, but they're 5-star films. Which, for me, a 5-star film is just something that I would watch time and time again, and just like favorite films ever. Avatar just fits that list. I love the world. I love the technology. I watched a bunch of the docos on the behind-the-scenes stuff, and it's so interesting. And just love what James Cameron sort of did for, cinema in order to make these happen. And, I just think they work. I want to watch on the big screen again before it goes away. So, Avatar makes a list.
Yeah. I loved it as well. Didn't hit the mark quite so high for me.
You did watch it in 2D high frame rate like an idiot.
Don't do that.
I told him watch it in 3D. He's like, no, I don't even like 3D. Yeah.
I don't mind 3D. I just
I said.
The biggest miss here is the high frame rate. Avoid 2D high frame rate at all costs.
I said to him, if you're going to watch any film in 3D, why not make it Avatar?
And
why would Avatar not be the film you're watching 3D? And he's like, no, I'm just going to watch it in IMAX. I'm like,
But I don't know. Like part of me is like, bigger screen versus a smaller screen with 3D.
Yeah, but 3D high frame rate was like, that was what Cameron was saying. This is the perfect way to watch a film. And you're just like, okay, let's just not do that. Let's just not listen to the person who, it's like what you just saying. I just watched this as not as Nolan intended.
Yeah.
You watch it the way they intend. Like, if you have the capacity.
I don't mind 3D. I'm still never been the biggest fan of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we need it. I'm very much with Nolan on that a frame from a movie is already 3D. Like, yes, it's being projected 2D, but there is depth to the image already.
I just think particularly when you've got the high frame rate with the 3D and it sort of merges, there's another level to it. Anyway,
don't see it in 2D high frame rate. Avoid that.
I think it is hard for your brain to catch up. I reckon you're right that when you watch 3D on its own, there's like a blur to it that a high frame rate corrects. Yes. But I think when you watch it in 2D, it almost adds that blur.
It's worse.
I did find it hard to watch in the high frame rate.
I think I said 2D. To you, I saw an ad for it on YouTube came up randomly, and I was like, this looks 10 times better than when I saw it in the cinema because it wasn't a high frame rate version. It was just 2D, right? Like, even, it doesn't matter about the 2D, 3D, but it was just regular motion. And I was like, this looks like a movie. Whereas what I saw was like a BBC, like Benny Hill thing. Like, if you would put the music over it, like, I would have been like, oh yeah, here we go. Like,
no.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so Avatar didn't even make your list.
No, it didn't.
And it didn't even make your honorable mentions.
No, I mean, I'm a maybe honorable mention in it.
Wow.
I liked Way of Water better.
Non-believer. Nah, I love Way of Water, but I think Fire and Ash was the best of the three.
Oh, really?
Yep. All right, moving on to your 4.
Number 4. I can't remember what I put here, actually. I think, yes, F1.
F1, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, F1 rules.
That was, I haven't had a chance to revisit it yet, but it's very fresh in my memory.
Yeah.
I've watched a bunch of behind the scenes stuff on it.
So interesting. So cool. Even from a technological standpoint, them just going, let's just like take all of the cameras out of like 16 iPhone 16s and then just put them on F1 cars. Cool, let's go from there.
Yeah.
Listened to an interview with Brad Pitt about it, which was really interesting. I listened to like a 2.5-hour podcast of him talking about it and talking about like the regulations for the FIA were not the same as Hollywood safety regulations. And there was like this back and forth about speed because he needed to go. They like limited him and said you could go up to 180, and then the FIA were like, well, these cars are actually built to go to a certain speed, and it's more dangerous the slower they are because they don't.
You've got to do 280 for us.
Yeah, well, it was like saying because they don't get the warmth in the tires, they don't reach the momentum. Like
it probably like pulls them closer to the ground and everything.
Stuff like that. That it's actually not as safe unless you go. So they had to sort of come to this like in between. So he ended up getting to do way faster than he was thinking because the FIA said no, it's safer for him to go faster.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, lots of cool stuff for that.
Yeah, it's a thrill ride. It's a roller coaster in the cinema. And like I said, another big screen experience that I think needed to be seen on the big screen.
Joseph Kosinski delivered. Big screen experience, big sound. It's awesome.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with the DP and they were talking about some of the more subtle scenes where like they're doing the national anthem and things like that at Silverstone. Yeah. And it's the actual national anthem.
Yeah.
All of the camera crew are disguised as FIA camera crew.
Yeah.
So in a lot of the shots that you can see from far away, a lot of the people that are surrounding them are actual camera crew from the movie that are just disguised in.
Well, it's hilarious because you like pull past and it's like Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Brad Pitt, Damson.
Yeah.
And
they were just stood on the very end of the actual national anthem.
And I have like looked at footage for when they did that and like all of the cameras for the actual F1 on the day were like specifically framed to like crop them out so that you couldn't see that they were doing it. But I have seen a lot of like people filming, you know, the scene at the end where Javier Bardem's like walking, the fireworks go off and he's like, and it's like, look, they're filming that. And it's like,
and that's it. They did. There's not, I remember there's one part in it where they're saying this crowd behind them is all there. It's not a CGI crowd, which generally most of the like racing movies do. It's a packed stand.
Yeah, because they just were able
because they were tacked on the end and been like, just go and shoot over there while we get ready for the actual real race, then get the hell off.
Yep.
So a lot of the time they had 2 takes. That was it
Yeah, they had
these
10 minutes,
massive scenes.
10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
With each race.
Yeah. So like some of the shots were like one and done.
Yeah.
You've got enough time to get this.
Yeah.
And then I think Claudio Miranda was saying that most of the time, the most they had was 2 shots.
Yeah.
You'd be like, if we don't get it,
Yeah.
run back, go again.
This is making me want to watch the film again. It's just, it was so good. I loved F1.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Brad Pitt,
He's great.
yeah, just such a charismatic person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
I saw somebody complain recently saying F1 wasn't good because no F1 driver would only do 1 season. And I'm like, did you watch the film? It wasn't, for one, it wasn't his 1 season. It was like he'd hurt himself, he came back.
Yeah.
It was like a redemption season, and then all he cared about was driving. All he cared about was driving. I know they've announced a sequel.
Oh, okay.
I would like to see it back. I'd like to see Brad Pitt back, but maybe in like he's the team principal, and maybe it's he's the team principal with Damson Idris, and then like so
do the Cars 3 storyline.
Yeah. Oh well, I haven't actually seen Cars 3. Harrison will not watch anything beyond Cars 1. I said, "Oh, do you want to watch Cars 2?" No.
Oh my gosh.
So we've never even seen it, but
you have you need to, and you need to get his reaction to Cars 3.
I want to watch Cars 3.
There's a crash scene.
Yeah. Thank you. Spoiler alert.
It's not a big spoiler. It's just there is a scene, and I have a video footage of like our eldest Archie when he was like 2 or 3 watching it, and it happens, and he goes, "Oh no." And it's just the most adorable thing ever. And I've seen other people like online have the similar reactions to it because it's just really well done in the movie. Okay. And for kids, I think it really like hits the mark.
Yeah, right.
You got to get it on. Number 2 is like it's a weird detour into spy thriller.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not believing me, but
no, I think I've heard something about it. It's just I don't know. All right, so that was your 4.
4, yeah. So you're number 4.
So 3 for you. Avatar.
Oh yeah, true. My number 3, which is interesting because this was only on your honorable mentions. Weapons.
Weapons. Yeah, nice.
I loved Weapons.
I thought Weapons was great as well. I just liked other films more.
Fair enough, yeah.
And like, I'm not a horror fan.
Yeah, true.
Just in general. So Sinners for me being even up there is unusual, but also
and it's not the
you
most
look at it's not a horror.
Yeah.
And you look at the rest of my list. Weapons is the only like horror on there. I'm just like horror's not my genre.
Yeah, fair enough.
For me, I watch it. I just don't really care for it.
Yeah, for me, horror's really up there.
Yeah. Well, you had Hard Eyes up there, you know.
Yeah, as a
and I would have looked at that and gone, I'm not interested at all.
And it, for me, Weapons, it got me in the cinema. Like I needed to see that movie.
Yeah.
The marketing campaign.
The marketing campaign enough was for me, even as a non-horror fan, to go, I need to watch this. This is great.
Yeah.
And maybe that's me as a marketing person who, like, that's my job. So I'm like, I'm interested because they've done so good on this end.
Yeah.
But also Zach Kreger, as I said to you in the past, I know him from being an actor on a Lost parody sitcom before he then spun off and Jordan Peeled it into horror movies.
His previous movie, Barbarian, got a lot of hype.
Yep.
Weapons was the Barbarian for me. So I saw Barbarian. I didn't mind it.
Yep.
It didn't hit quite as much.
I meant to watch that, but I didn't get around to it.
People raved about it. I don't know. I sort of got to it and was like, oh, yeah. Like, it's good. I didn't love it as much, whereas Weapons for me hit the mark. And I think it didn't even land fully in horror. There's a lot of like more thriller elements.
Yeah, I really liked, again, the structure of it, the way that it's like just a bit, it's like here's 4 points and we'll just, the whole story sort of crosses itself and all of that.
It's a movie that's like really stayed with me over the year and sort of, I haven't even revisited it, but I really want to.
Amazing.
My partner hasn't seen it, so I'm like, we've got to watch this.
Weapons. Yeah.
But just really loved it as a horror fan, as a fan of good marketing as well. Like it was, why did these kids go missing? Like what the hell? Like
that initial just like, it's just them running. Like that was fantastic.
Yeah.
So well done. I did love Weapons. It's just, right up there.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job, great cast. Julia Garner's done some good stuff.
Amy Madigan is Aunt Gladys or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and she's getting weaponed. The original, the prequel, that they announced. They just rubbed the S off. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they did that. All right,
number 3.
On to my number 3. This one. So 1, 2, and 3, I really struggled with for a long time, but ultimately I landed on One Battle After Another.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Which, as I said, this could have been 1. This could have been 2. It's landed in 3 at the end, and yeah, it was just such a gorgeous film with such a good cast. Leo was fantastic in it. It was way funnier than I was expecting it to be. It ran really smooth. Like, it was 2.5 hours. The first hour and the second hour and a half were like 2 different stories. I just thought the whole thing was so well done. I can understand that maybe it's not for everyone. I raved about it and sent some of my coworkers into it who said, we hated it.
Yeah, I
Actively hated it.
Same scenario. I was like, this movie is amazing. This is a masterpiece. Like, you have to see it.
Yeah.
And I sent it to some of my friends that are big movie fans, and they went, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
A couple of my coworkers actively said, we hated it.
Yeah, wow.
What the hell is going on? And I'm like, I was laughing out loud. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah. It's a big movie. Like, there's a lot happens.
It doesn't really
long,
slow down.
It doesn't.
Either.
I don't ever.
There's not a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, I never felt like it was dragging at any point. But there is so much that happens.
Yep.
And I think that's what I love about it. There's so much that happens. There's so much character. Just so much fun in certain parts as well. Like the what are they called? The Christmas Adventurers Club and things like that. Like I'm just like, oh. And then like every time they're like, Hail Saint Nick. I was like,
it's like what it's parodying, and it's. I actually got sent a video the other day. It was like, people or don't understand what One Battle After Another is about, and this is a breakdown. And my friend was like, "This is actually really good breakdown," and I was like, "I need to watch that video," and I haven't got around to it yet. So maybe that's a later today job. But
there's just this, like I said, there's so much in it to have fun with, and like gorgeous cinematography. Amazing performances.
Yep.
Leo doing the Mexican whistle, instant Oscar.
Yeah. It's just,
Benicio del Toro, just perfect.
He's hilarious. Viva la revolution. Closes the thing and the thing falls down.
Get anything to drink today?
Yeah.
A few small beers.
And he's like dancing. Oh, man. Good. It was, One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Definitely worth it. I feel like it's safe to say, but if you're this far into the podcast and you haven't seen any of the movies in a top 12, go and watch them. 3 for you.
3 or 2?
3.
No, 3. No, 3 I did Weapons. So you did your number 3 and you're now number 2.
My number 2 was Sinners. So we discussed Sinners. Sinners was right up there for me. This was my number 1 for a really long time, and I was like umming and ahhing, and then a couple of other movies came out, and I was like, no, it's just... It was close, and I will talk about my reasoning for my number 1 after, but Sinners is right on the verge. It could have easily taken this. One Battle After Another easily could have taken it as well. So, 2 for you?
My number 2 was One Battle After Another.
There you go.
So it was right up there.
Yeah.
It toyed with the top spot for a long time.
Yeah.
It was just everything we just said. Great movie. Loved it.
Cool.
Loved every minute.
All right. Well, I'm going to mention my number 1. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we've discussed it. My number 1 was F1.
Yes.
I honestly... I was taken by surprise. I didn't care for the sport. Did not care at all.
You're like a full-fledged fan now, aren't you?
I love Joseph Kosinski and Brad Pitt, and that was the selling point for me. I thought, this is going to be cool. When I found out what it was about, I was like, okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm a bit more interested now. I sort of felt like it was maybe going to be like more Gran Turismo, which I liked Gran Turismo, but not the way that this was. It was a blockbuster. I went into it, watched the film, and I was like, came home and I was like, all right, so you know how Drive to Survive has been on my list for
We're watching it.
Yeah, and there's like a joke where the guy's like, oh man, I love the sport. You know, I binged every season of Drive to Survive. Who he says that to Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt's, great man, in the movie. That made me laugh. Yeah, so then I went home and we'd been told to watch Drive to Survive a lot.
Yeah.
And I've had it on my list for probably 4 years. Never got around to it. And I just said to my wife, let's give it a go. We watched the first episode and she was into it. And she's like, this is really good. And I'm like, yeah, it's sort of great, isn't it? So we ended up watching the whole thing, getting into the sport, starting to get up at midnight and watch the races. Still didn't fully understand it, but obviously watching Drive to Survive gives you a bit. Then brought her in to watch the movie. She loved the movie as well. So the reason it took the top spot for me was, for all the movies that I watch, there's a new movie every week. There's multiple new movies every week. I don't often get to see something twice. And often I want to watch movies more than once because I'm like, I just need to see this on the big screen again, and then it's gone, and then I don't get a chance to do it. F1, I made the effort, brought my wife along. We came back and watched it a second time because I loved it so much. And I'm so glad I did, and I could have seen it a third time.
Yeah.
We spoke about watching it on New Year's Eve. So there was a potential third watch for that. And that was what edged it over Sinners, which I wanted to get to and just didn't get back around to. But I made an effort to see F1 twice at the cinemas and almost a third time at home. So that's where we are. That's why it made my number one.
It's a great movie. I think what you were saying, like the thing that pulled me into it first was Joseph Kosinski. Not so much Brad Pitt, obviously Brad Pitt, but like and Claudio Miranda, the team behind Top Gun Maverick. I was just like, yes, you're going to do that, but in cars.
Yeah,
and I already quite enjoy racing movies. So like, have you seen Ford vs Ferrari?
I haven't, nor have I seen Rush.
You need to see Ford vs Ferrari.
Again, I can't tell you how long.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there ready to go. I have a copy of Ford vs Ferrari that I've had sitting there for 5 years.
Yeah. I love Ford vs Ferrari. It is a brilliant movie. I would say it's a better movie than F1, but in different. Yeah. It's not the action-packed movie that F1 is, but it also is. It's not like a traditional racing movie where it's all done on long lenses far away. Like they attach stuff to the cars and that.
Cool.
But just great movie. Get to it. It's really good. But yeah, loved F1, as we already said. My number one.
Now, this is going to take me by surprise because I feel like we had a lot of the same.
You have mentioned it. I think it was on your list too. Wake Up Dead Man.
Nice. Yeah.
I love Knives Out. I remember seeing the first one in cinema and just absolutely adoring it. Loved it. Watched it multiple times. Glass Onion I saw only at home.
Yeah.
I think
we watched it in here, and I loved it.
It was fairly during the COVID sort of period. From memory, like somewhere in there.
Either November 2022 or November 2023. Must have been 2022.
Yeah, it must have. I remember it still being somewhat like lockdowny type of vibes, or like, hey, we might go into lockdown, all that crap. But loved Glass Onion. Still wanting to revisit Glass Onion. Haven't got back to it again yet, which is surprising. But Wake Up Dead Man, we obviously watched it. I waited the week again. Like I was like eagerly awaiting for it to come out at home because I was like, we're going to watch this again. And my partner was like, yeah, like she loves them as well. And we got to it, and I just, within the week, I was like, I love this even more watching it a second time. There's just characters, everything, had so much fun with it. As we already said, Daniel Craig's just having an absolute ball. Yeah, and it's just, I love them. I think every time I'm like, he's not going to outsmart me this time, and he does every single time. I just
a lot of Josh Brolin in your list.
There is. I do like a bit of Josh
Brolin. Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I thought Wake Up Dead Man was fantastic. It was right up there. I think
you had it like number.
I had it 5 pre-Avatar.
Oh, okay.
Eternity was up there.
Yes. Yep.
And then Avatar just bumped it out of my top 5. And yeah, I would agree. Like it's 6 for me, so it's right up there. And between these films, there's not a whole lot. But yeah, I just think those films, they're a lot of fun. The cast's always great. It takes you on a ride. You don't know what's going on. You think you know what's going on. You don't. You think you know what's going on the second time. You still don't.
No.
And that is always really exciting. And yeah, again, so glad I got to see it on the big screen. what else can you say? Yeah. That's it.
I just love those movies, and that's
Well, that's our top. That's our top 12.
Should we do like a quick run through of each of us? Just go 12 to 1, just to sort of say them as a. Seeing as we've taken probably a good hour to get through the 12.
All right. So
just list them all off.
All right. So, let's have a look. Mine's been adjusted here. What the? I had lists. I had F1, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Avatar, Eternity, Wake Up Dead Man, Frankenstein, Friendship, Caught Stealing, Running Man, 28 Years Later, and K-pop Demon Hunters.
And that's going 1 to 12.
1 to 12.
Okay. I'm going to go the opposite way.
Okay. Count it down.
I'm going to go 12 to 1. So number 12, I had Deep Cover. 11, Predator Badlands. 10, K-pop Demon Hunters. Number 9, Black Bag. Number 8, Eternity. Number 7, Frankenstein, which we both had. Number 6 was Splitsville. Number 5, Sinners. 4, F1. 3, Weapons. Number 2, One Battle After Another. And number 1, Wake Up Dead Man.
Nice. You know what? I'm going to read my list the same way you did.
More impact.
For the content.
For the content. Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram. And here we go. So my top 12. Number 12, we had K-pop Demon Hunters. Number 11, we had 28 Years Later. Number 10, The Running Man. 9 was Caught Stealing. 8 was Friendship. 7 was Frankenstein. 6, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. 5 was Eternity. 4 was Avatar, Fire and Ash. 3 was One Battle After Another. 2 was F1. No, 2 was Sinners, rather. And 1 was F1. As I said, Sinners and F1 were like changing, and I didn't even bother changing it in there. I just made the decision.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to. Those are our top 12 for the year. This is our first episode back for 2026, which is exciting. And we will be back next week with a film. I would say it's probably going to be The Bone Temple, but I'd also like to revisit. I'd also like to look at Hamnet.
Oh yeah.
We're also
definitely more excited for the Bone Temple, but Hamnet does look good.
Hamnet has something that do you know what Hamlet's about?
Isn't it about Shakespeare writing Hamlet?
Yeah,
like the events that lead to that or something.
That lead to it.
Yeah.
But the event that led to it was the death of his son Hamnet.
Yes.
And his relationship with Anne Hathaway, his wife, not played by Anne Hathaway.
They missed a golden opportunity.
They really. I feel like that's going to happen eventually. But anyway, Jessie Buckley, who is getting a lot of praise for this film, she's also the bride in The Bride. Upcoming. So, yeah, Jessie Buckley's about to have a run.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'll go watching a movie where the son dies.
Yeah, that's I think I watched
heavy.
the trailer and got a bit emotional, and I was like, I don't know how much I want to watch this movie.
Yeah, but I would like to, for the sake of it being, it's probably going to get a.
I'm guessing it's getting an Oscar push.
Yeah. So
So
you know, we're going to have to watch it eventually anyway.
Quickly before we end as well, was there any movies you visited in this holiday break that are worth mentioning, or even just any of the ones you can see just to mention over?
Let's have a quick look.
We both
we went and watched SpongeBob, which
it was
you do for your kids.
Yeah. It was interesting.
It was fine. It was
the best part about that is that we have come away singing the big guy, SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, I'm a big guy. What have I watched recently? If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. That was great. Rental Family, Housemaid.
You were very excited for If I Had Legs.
Yeah, it was darker than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
But it was good. I caught up on The Roses. I watched Shrek 2 for the first time, or for the first time in maybe 20 years. I didn't remember it at all. My wife had watched it a lot growing up, but I only ever really watched the first one. So there's that. Song Sung Blue is phenomenal.
Okay.
Definitely worth a watch. Housemaid's great.
I saw The Housemaid. Really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to as well. I thought this was going to be a bit of a like...
Yeah, I think a lot of men are finding that.
But then it's actually a great movie.
And that's got a sequel that's been announced. So, there's 3 books.
Housemaid universe.
There's 3 books, and it made me laugh when he walked out. He sent me a text saying, "Are we getting a Housemaid cinematic universe?" And I was like, there's 3 books, so I would say we're going to get a sequel." And then they've just announced it yesterday. So
The Housemaid will return in Avengers Doomsday.
exactly. It's Sydney Sweeney as not her character from
Oh no.
from Madam Web. Yeah.
Some of the ones I got to while we were out there was an Australian film called One More Shot. It was okay. It was one of those like repeat the day type of things. It was Y2K New Year's Eve.
Yep.
She takes a shot, and the shot is a reset.
Yeah, right.
It was interesting. It wasn't the greatest movie. Roofman I finally got to. With Channing Tatum. Quite enjoyed that.
Roofman was
was good. Yeah. It wasn't anything spectacular, but good. Shot really well. Housemaid. Friendship I finally got to, which we talked about. Train Dreams I got probably like 2/3 of the
Train Dreams, Sentimental Value. There's a bunch of movies on there that I'm like, I'll visit these in January. I need to watch them. And
I'm not allowing you to put Marty Supreme on the 2026 list.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it is. Neither of us have been able to see it nor put it on your list.
Amend the 2025 list.
You can't.
You can.
No, you can't. It's a 2026 movie. I'm sorry.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is in Australia. Move to America. Don't say anything bad about Trump. And then 5 years from now, you can move to America.
And then I'll come back and be like, it's 2025.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to Train Dreams. It's on home. It's streaming. It is a bit of a slower movie, very calm. It did put me to sleep.
Yep. You watch movies like late at night though. Like...
Yeah, I think it was our like Saturday night movie, so we'd just got like a big takeout feed and sat down on the lounge and had the kids in bed and then went. Ugh.
Yeah.
But I did the cinematography in it is gorgeous. It's all natural light, so it's
it's Joel Edgerton, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's very I think like The Revenant.
Yeah.
Style of cinematography, all natural light. No.
Cool.
Yeah.
So The Revenant is one I have like looked back on and liked, but I remember watching it at the movies and it annoyed me.
It's not my favorite. Like
I remember watching The Revenant and going, and just it annoyed me because it got to the end and then Leo like looks dead into the camera, and I'm like, Leo looks dead into the camera and screams, "Please give me an Oscar, please!" And he should have won the Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street anyway. So,
but yeah, so that one was great. I probably should watch the last 25 minutes of it or whatever it was. Begonia I got to last night. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I feel like that was like the reason that I get pulled up on that is because it feels too weird for my wife.
It does. So
and I will watch it.
Did you guys watch Poor Things?
Yeah.
We watched Poor Things. My wife loved it.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah. We both thought it was very weird. We did laugh a lot, but we thought it was very weird.
So obviously same director, Yorgos Lanthimos, I think it is.
Yeah.
This one's way more accessible than that. It's not quite, it's still weird.
It's not Poor Things level weird.
No, it's no.
I think Begonia is going to be one of those ones where I'll watch it if it gets an Oscar nom and it's like on the list, then I'll go, all right, well, I'm going to give this a crack. But I don't know that I'll get to it.
It's
we'll see.
It's fun. It's like it's interesting and
Jesse Plemons too, right?
Yeah. And then the last one I got to, or not last one, the night before I got to it, was The Long Walk, which is the Stephen King adaptation.
Heard good things, but heavy.
It's a hard watch. Yeah. There's just a lot of death.
Yeah.
And it's
I found Warfare to be like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only a 90-minute film, but it was just heavy.
And that's much the same as that. They did well for a movie about a bunch of guys walking across the countryside, and that's literally the plot of the movie, really. Like, there's not much to it. And it's a good movie, but not something I don't see myself revisiting it. Yeah. Ever, probably.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which brings a movie down for me a little bit, because I'm like, I don't have
And that's it. If you go, I want to watch this again, but then you also have to look at it and go, sometimes the easy to watch films aren't necessarily the best either. So
no, not by any means.
I mean, popcorn films are one thing, and you can watch it and it's an easy watch. But...
And there is certain movies like we probably spoke about before, Requiem for a Dream. Brilliant movie.
Never
Do I
want to
watch
it again? Yeah.
No, not a chance.
Exactly.
But then you've got things like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Love it. Will watch it at a moment's notice.
Yes.
It's still a brutal movie. Yeah. Love it.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I guess that's it for our first episode of the year, 2026. I guess let's call this season 2, episode 0.
Yeah.
I think that's fair, and then we'll kick off to whatever movie we watch next week. I feel like it's going to be Bone Temple. We're going to get a chance to see Marty Supreme between now and then. But we might do an episode on Marty Supreme for the week that it is released.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. Although there's a couple of things coming out the week Marty Supreme comes out that I want to see as well. Mercy, I think, is out that week.
Which is an interesting one.
Yeah,
it's had that weird push of marketing. And like, is this a good movie or is this terrible?
Sort of torn on it, but I'm excited because Rebecca Ferguson's in it. And Rebecca Ferguson is a selling point across the board.
Yeah.
So there we go. But until next week, we're back.
We're back.
Remember, when you're at the movies, there's no bad seats. And 2026 is here.
And we are too.
Big year.
Big year. Big year. SpongeBob. Big year.
Big year. For God's sake.
That's the best sign off. That's where we're at.
That's it. Let's do it.